Rakut Sitelo in Karo. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Siti Hairunisa. I'll be responsible for hosting today. And our interpreter, Mr. Hotman Maringan Somosir SOS-SA, because this event we will divide it in two languages, in Bahasa Indonesia and English. And it will be assessed by our interpreter, Mr. Hotman Maringan Samosir SOS-SA. And I'm glad to welcome Professor Dr. Rosni Darsembiring SHMHU, who will present Rakut Sitelu and Civil Law. And I would like to welcome to all you today and thank you until now you participating today. This session should take 16 minutes. Before we get started, I would like to go over some review items so you know how to participate into today. First, mute your microphone if you are not the speaker and to avoid sound feedback. Second, if you have a question to a speaker, please raise hand and I will unmute you. You only need to select small icon in the platform raise hand. If you have the opportunity to submit the text questions today to the presenter by typing your question in the chat box with the formatting, name, underscore organization or affiliation or your university, underscore your question. This is the formatting for our chat box. So, without further ado, let's start our program proper. Allow me to the honor introducing our great speaker for this event. I will read the summary or bio our speaker. So I will present. We have to take a few minutes. There's some technical issue. Before I forget, if you have some technical issue, you can chat our admin, which is the name our the Faculty of Law University. This is our admin. If you have a technical issue, you can inform to the our faculty or give a chat, private chat to our administrator in USU. So we can sums curriculum vitae. Okay. Uh, Professor Dr. Sresmindar Sembiring is occupation field in specification in customary law. Her formal education is a Bachelor of Law at University of North Sumatra in 1996 and continue Master of Law at University of North Sumatra 2002 and continue her Doctor of Law at the University of North Sumatra 2013. About her professional membership in a customary law lecture associations, membership Indonesia lecturer associations, and membership civil law lecturer association. There's many research, but I present just 3 years later legal protections for the constitutional right believers formalim post decision constitutional court and his specialty in harmonization for of management for special economic zones in 2018 and continue the research the implementation of constitutional court decision number 97 concerning the conclusion believers in the column of KTP in the DCAR, EKTP, and PEMILIKA as a legal protection of the constitutional right of believers. And public service program, he include in mediations as the one models in alternative dispute resolutions in Nagori. And he have a book She has a book, some books, family law and property in marriage, land customary law, law on dispute resolution of the customary land rights in Simalungun, investment law in special economic zones, and customary inheritance law. In her career experience academic, she has been head of the library for law faculty from the 2005 until 2014, the head of Department Civil Law and Law Faculty, USU, 2016 until 2020, and now she is a secretary of Notary Magister Studi at USU, 1 October 2020 until now at the present. He got many awards. Satya Lencana Karya Satwa Award 2018, and then 2010, and a best lecture in 1996, and a best lecture in 2001. So many curriculum PT, I cannot mention one by one. So this is the summary curriculum PT that I have to mention because it many times for that. Okay, now we start to representation to Prof. Rosnidar. We are going to begin the presentations. Please welcome.
Today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Professor Dr. Rosnidar Sembiring SHMH, lecturer at Faculty of Law, Universitas Sumatera Utara. As guest speaker, we are here this morning to talk to you about Rakut Sitelu and civil case. This issue that we feel of great importance. From this point, I want to begin introducing to Rakut Sitelu. Saya menggunakan bahasa Indonesia.
I will use the Indonesian language.
Ya, di dalam konsep hukum adat dari zaman Van Vollenhoven, Snok-Hugronya, perbedaan fundamental sistem hukum adat dengan sistem hukum barat antara lain adanya lembaga-lembaga hukum adat yang tidak dikenal dalam hukum barat seperti Rakut Sitelu ini.
In the concept of the customary law, since the decades of the Van Vollenhoven, Snok-Hugronya, there is the fundamental differences between the customary law and the Western law, where there is the institutions of the customary law that we recognize in the Rakut Sitelu, and it's not recognized in the Western law as well.
As we know, Rakut Sitelu ialah sistem kekerabatan mengatur posisi dalam adat istiadat masyarakat Karo.
Rakut Sitelu is the family relationship system to regulate about the position in the culture of the Karonese people.
Rakut Sitelu salah satu unsur dalam konsep sangkep ngelu, fungsinya untuk menentukan kedudukan seseorang dalam bersosial dan berbudaya.
Rakut Sitelu is one of the value in the concept of the sangkep ngelu as the functions to determine the positions of the somebody in the culture and social positions.
Sukut, Kalimbubu, dan Anak Beru.
Sukut, Kalimbubu, and Anak Beru.
Sukut, pihak yang menjadi tuan rumah dalam suatu upacara adat istiadat atau ritual.
Sukut is the person or institutions that will be the host of the religions or ethnicity ceremony.
Kalimbubu, pihak yang sangat dihormati, dianggap perwakilan di Bata atau Tuhan representative of God.
Kalimbubu is the respective institutions or groups that also determine as the representative of Almighty God.
Anak Beru, pihak yang mengerjakan pekerjaan sukut dalam upacara adat atau ritual.
Anak Beru is a group or person who will be organize the ritual or the ceremony in the law or ethnicity.
Dalam Rakut Sitelu, kedudukan itu tidak tetap, tidak seperti kasta. Kedudukan tersebut akan berganti melalui proses ertutur.
In the Rakut Situl system, this position is not permanent like social classes, but these positions will be replace each other in the process of the ertutur system.
Namun, komposisi ini tidak dapat berdiri sendiri, terkait antara yang satu dengan yang lain.
And these positions cannot be standing alone, but it will be related each other.
Sejarah Rakut Sitelu.
The history of the Rakut Sitelu.
Masyarakat etnis Karo mendiami dataran tinggi bagian utara Sumatera.
The Karonis people is living in the highland of the northern Sumatra.
Memahami etnis Karo harus memahami Sangkep Nggeluh.
Understanding the Karonis ethnic should be understand the Sangkep Geluh as well.
Kebutuhan hidup seseorang, yaitu unsur-unsur dalam adat istiadat yang mengatur masyarakat Karo.
A concept of the fulfillment to regulate the values that should be required in the system and in the ethnicity of the Karonis people.
Unsur yang menentukan Sanggep Nggeluh, Mergasilima, Tutur Siwalu, Perkadekaden 10-2 tambah Sada, dan Rakut Sitelu.
Values that determine the Sangkep Geluh, such as Marga Selima, Tutur Siwalu, Perkadekaden, 10-2 tambah Sada, and Rakut Sitelu.
Sistem kekerabatan patrilineal ialah marga ditarik dari marga ayah.
The patrilineal relative system is where the surname should be determined by the father's line.
Tapi Beru nama belakang perempuan.
But Beru attributes is coming from the wives or mother.
Contoh, Matthew Merga Tarigan Brebre Sembiring.
Example, Matthew Merga Trigan Brebre Sembiring.
Vita Beru Tarigan Brebre Sinulingga.
Vita Beru Tarigan Brebre Sinulingga.
Mergasilima itu biasanya Tarigan, Ginting, Perangin-angin, Karo-karo, dan Sembiring.
Mergasilima consists of the surname of the Tarigan, Ginting, Perangin-angin, Karo-karo, and Sembiring.
Tutur, risipan kata, kata kerja, tutur, tingkat hubungan kekerabatan.
Ertutur is a form of the verbs to describe about the level of the family or relatives relationship.
Tutur yaitu proses perkenalan, mengenalkan seseorang untuk menentukan hubungan dalam tingkat kekerabatan masyarakat Karo.
Ertutur is also the process of the self-introduction, to introduce somebody and determine the position of them in the level of the Karonis family or relative system.
Siwalu dalam masyarakat, si pemeren, senina si paribanen, anak beru menteri, kalimbubu, puang kalimbubu.
There is the Ek Tutur Siwalu or the system in the Karonis people, such as Sembuya, Senina, Senina si pemeren, Senina si paribanan, anak beru menteri, kalimbubu, puang kalimbubu.
Tutur Siwalu akan memunculkan Perkadekaden 10-2 tambah Sada. Artinya hubungan persaudaraan secara struktur sosial.
Tutur Siwalu will increase and create the Perkadekaden 10-2 tambah Sada, means that the family relationship in the social structure.
10-2 tambah Sada terdapat 12 jenis hubungan persaudaraan.
10-2 tambah Sada means there is the 12 family relationship.
Secara struktur sosial tambah Sada orang luar yang masuk ke dalam sistem struktur tatanan sosial masyarakat Karo.
In the social structure, Tambasada means a foreigner that finally come into the structure of the Karonis people.
10 per kadekaden, bolang, kakek, nini, nenek, bapak, ayah, nande, ibu, bengkila, suami dari saudara perempuan ayah, bibi, saudara perempuan ayah.
10 per kadekaden consists of bolang or grandfather, nini or grandmother, bapa as a father, nande as a mother, bengkila as a husband of the father's sister, bibi as the
Sukut, orang yang menikah dan orang tuanya.
sukut consists of the person who already married and also their parents.
Kalimbubunya, pihak dari saudara pria beserta istri, dari ibu, mama, dan mami.
Kalimbubu is the groups of the siblings and relatives coming from the a man, including their mother and the grandmother.
Anak beru, saudara perempuan yang menikah atau turang, dan saudara beserta suaminya dari ayah, bengkila, dan bibi.
Anak beru consists of our female siblings that already married, including their husband and also the family of their husband. Like from the parents consists of bengkila and bibi.
Kita menampilkan bagan tersebut.
We will describe into the flow chart to describe the family relationship.
Penjelasan bagan. Bagan di atas merupakan proses pembentukan identitas dalam masyarakat Karo.
So in the flow chart is the process to create the identity in the Karonis people.
Jalinan interaksi simbolik menjadi hal yang sangat penting di dalam proses pembentukan identitas.
A symbolic interaction system is the very important things in the process of the identity creation.
Disusul dengan situasi masyarakat Karo dalam melaksanakan peradatan dan usaha-usaha yang mereka lakukan demi mempertahankan budaya Karo.
Including the context of the Karonis people in conducting their ritual ceremony and also their efforts to maintain their Karonis culture that already integrated into the Rakut Sitelu or Sangkep Ngelo.
Jadi konsep orang Karo tidak terlepas dari mana orang Karo tersebut berasal, tinggal, budaya, profesi, bahkan lingkungan yang mengikutinya.
So the concept of the Karonis people is including and also related to the where the Karonis people come from, where the Karonis people live in, their culture, their profession, and also the environment around them.
Kita melihat kembali bagan Rakut Sitelu dalam segitiga.
We would like to discuss further about the Rakut Sitelu as the concept to create the social identity.
Gambar segitiga itu sering dikatakan sebagai 3 kaki tungku.
The triangle symbol is coming from the 3 feet of the symbol.
Di mana Kalimbubu dengan Senina berada di posisi kiri dan kanan.
Where the Kalimbubu and Senina is located in the positions of left and right.
Sedangkan anak beru berada di bagian bawah.
Meanwhile, the anak beru is located in the bottom.
Di tengah merupakan sukut atau pemilik pesta.
In the center is these locations of the sukut or the owner of the ceremony.
Kalau adat perkawinan berarti pengantin dan orang tuanya.
In the marriage ceremony, it means it is locations to the couples and their families of the parents.
Sedangkan kalau kematian, keluarga yang ditinggalkan.
Meanwhile, in the funeral ceremony, it is the locations to the family who have the the funeral.
Dikelilingi oleh Rakut Sitelu.
Sukut is surrounding by the Rakut Sitelu.
Hal ini didasari oleh pengertian bahwa orang Karo membutuhkan ketiganya untuk bisa menjalankan peradatan tersebut.
It is according to the understanding that Karonis people needs the three values or three sector in order to conduct their ceremony or rituals.
Masing-masing kelompok tersebut melakukan tugasnya dengan baik dan benar.
Each group should conduct their job and role fulfillment in their perspective way,
Sesuai dengan apa yang sudah menjadi bagian dari mereka.
according to their proportional responsibility.
Nah, karena ini menyangkut hukum perdata, maka perlu disinggung juga masalah tanah.
Because it is also related with the civil law, so we should discuss further about the land ownership.
Bagi masyarakat Karo, ada 4 pengkategorian tanah.
There is the 4 categories of land in the perspective of the Karonis people.
1, tanah kuta, tanah yang dimiliki oleh desa tertentu sebagai pembeda dari kampung lain.
Tanah kuta or village land is the specific land we already owned by the specific village as the recognitions to differentiate them with the another villages.
Kedua, tanah kesain, kawasan perkampungan, misalnya tanah rumah berne.
Tanah kesain tanah kesain or warland is the living community for the people of the Karo, like the land and also rumah berne.
Tanah nini, tanah yang telah ditanami pertama kali oleh Bapak.
Tanah nini or grandfather's land is the land who already be executed or planted by the Bapa, like a grandfather.
Tanah ini diteruskan kepada garis patrilineal secara sakral.
And this land is inherited according to the patrilineal line.
Tanah Kalimbubu, tanah dari Kalimbubu untuk anak beru.
Tanah Kalimbubu or land of the Kalimbubu is the land that coming from the Kalimbubu to be generated to the anak beru.
Menurut Profesor Runtung, Runggun mempunyai ciri khas yang penting-penting.
According to the Professor Runtung, Runggun has a very specific identification.
Runggun itu merupakan musyawarah Sangkep Sitelu secara lengkap.
Runggun is the complete concept of the commitment in Sangkep Sitelu with a complete format.
Jika belum lengkap, belum dimulai.
Consisting of the Senina, Anak Beru, and Kalimbubu. If this cannot be required, the ceremony cannot be started.
Dalam forum Runggun,
in the Runggun forum,
hanya orang-orang yang telah kawin saja yang dimintai pendapat.
There is only a marriage people that has a right to deliver their opinion.
Prosesnya ada niat atau keinginan dari para pihak untuk menyelesaikan masalahnya melalui Runggun.
This process is aims to accommodate the efforts of the individuals to accomplish their problem through the Runggun.
Ayat ini nanti akan didiskusikan kepada anak beru mengenai kapan waktunya, di mana tempatnya, dan apa masalahnya.
And the agenda of the meeting should be discussed further to the anak beru related about time, place, and also the issue of the meeting.
Anak beru akan memanggil anak beru yang lain untuk diadakan Runggun dan apa-apa persiapannya.
Anak beru will invite the another anak beru Baru or their colleges to discuss further about where Runggun will be started and what is the preparation that they should prepare.
Jika persiapan telah selesai, maka anak beru mengundang Kalimbubu dan Senina agar datang di Runggun.
If the preparation already complete, then anak beru will invite Kalimbubu and Senina to come to Runggun.
Makan bersama terlebih dahulu, barulah Kalimbubu bertanya, untuk apa tujuan mereka diundang? Kemudian ini akan dijawab oleh anak beru Ceko Bakah.
The ritual will be started by the eating together, and then Kalimbubu will ask to the anak beru about what is the purpose of their invitation, and then it will be responded by anak beru Ceko Bakah.
Herman Slats, Karen Portier,
Herman Slats and Karen Portier
mengatakan Senina menjelaskan masalahnya, memberi masukan, dan apa solusinya.
describe that the position of the Senina will explain about the problem and then will give the input for the solution.
Anak beru memberikan cara-cara penyelesaian masalah.
Anak beru will accommodate with the solving way to solve the problem.
Kalimbubu menyetujui masukan yang diajukan kepada mereka.
And Kalimbubu will approve the inputs that already proposed for them.
Jadi Runggun dalam menyelesaikan permasalahan selalu diadakan pada sore hari.
And Runggun as the process to solve the problem usually will be started at the evening.
Runggun yang pertama membicarakan masalah yang bukan sengketa.
Runggun is aims to discuss about the problem but not about the dispute.
Misalnya membicarakan pelaksanaan pesta adat perkawinan atau Erdemu Bayu.
Example, like they would like to discuss about the marriage ritual ceremony or Erdemu Bayu.
Masuk rumah baru atau mangket rumah.
Entering the new house or mangket rumah.
Menabalkan anak baru lahir atau erbahan gelar.
As a baby shower or erbahan gelar.
Tanggal pelaksanaan pesta tahunan atau kerja tahun.
To determine the date of the annual ceremony kerja tahun.
Juga membicarakan penyelesaian yang bersifat sengketa.
And also to discuss and solving about the personal dispute in family and colleges and people and etc.
Ada lagi penyelesaian sengketa di masyarakat Karo melalui perumah begi.
And also there is the conflict resolution that usually conduct by the Karonis people through perumah begu.
Bagi orang yang meninggal dunia,
for the person who already died,
dilakukan pada malam pertama setelah jenazahnya dikebumikan.
This ceremony is conducted in the first night after the funeral.
Medium perantara antara roh dengan orang mati biasanya dari pihak yang bersengketa adalah guru sibaso.
The collaborator between the died spirit with the dispute people is the guru sibaso or the woman that coming as the representative from the several women.
Mengundang guru sibaso biasanya dipersiapkan sirih, gambir, tembakau, pinang, dan kapur.
In inviting the guru sibaso, there is the preparations such as that the ceremony should provide the battle leaf, the tobacco, limestone, battle nut, and gambir.
Dalam ritual ini, kesenian dan tari berperan untuk mengundang roh yang datang.
In this ritual, the art and the dance is determined and important to invite the spirit.
Ada 12 larangan adat di dalam masyarakat hukum adat Karo.
There's 12 customary restrictions in the Karonis people.
Sumbang ngerana,
Sumbang ngerana or politeness,
pilihan kata yang baik, tidak menyinggung lawan bicara. Suara lembut, menggunakan sapaan.
using the good words, not violating the person with the persuasive voice, and using the greetings such as adik, bang, mama, mami, bengkila for giving the perspective of the friendship.
Sopan memandang, sumbang pangenen.
Polite in the visions or in seeing the people.
Jangan melihat yang tidak baik kepada yang dituakan, cukup melihat sebentar.
Not seeking the mistake from our elder, and we only need to see for a while.
Sopan duduk, sumbang perkundul.
Is a manner in sitting in anywhere.
Jangan manjangkan kaki ke atas kursi atau meja.
Don't throw your feet on the chair and also the table.
Jika duduk di atas tikar, duduklah bersila atau menjulurkan kedua kaki bagi perempuan yang sedang menyusui.
If you close on the mat, you need to sit properly and not throwing your feet especially for a woman who have been breastfeeding.
Sopan cara makan atau sumbang preman.
Manner in eating.
Ketika makan, jangan bersuara.
Not saying anything during the eating.
Sopan mandi di sungai atau sumbang ridi ibas tapin.
Manner in bathing at the river.
Sopan berpakaian, sumbang peruis.
Manner in wearing your clothes.
Biasanya hitam untuk melayat orang yang meninggal.
That you should use the black dress code for the funeral purpose.
Sopan berjalan, sumbang perdalan.
Manner in walking.
Berjalan jangan tergesa-gesa atau ceroboh.
You should walk in a very easy way and not going too fast.
Sopan menari, sumbang pertanduk ibas gendang.
Manner in dancing.
Misalnya ibas kerja tahun ndailit gendangna. Pakai acara pesta tahunan tadi ada acara tariannya.
That you must show the good manner during the dancing ritual in the annual ceremony, especially in the segment of the dancing in the particular ceremony.
Sopan menikah atau sumbang perempo.
So a well manner during the marriage.
Laki-laki dewasa apabila mengetahui adat atau meseh mehuli.
So the mature people who already married is required to understand about the culture.
Perempuan telah mengetahui adat meteh tutur.
The married women who already married is desire to understand about the culture.
Sopan bekerja atau sumbang pendahin.
A manner during working.
Olah lakukan pendahin sila tengka jana olah dadap pendahin si mereha. Jangan lakukan pekerjaan yang terlarang dan jangan sentuh pekerjaan yang memalukan.
Not doing any crime and not doing any violations.
Sopan berpikir, sumbang perukuran.
Manner in a mindset,
Menang bas babah, talu bas perukutan. Artinya menang dalam perdebatan, tapi kalah dalam perbuatan.
meaning that you don't need to win into the debate, but in the end you lose in the actions. So the problem is how you must show the linear between your words and your action.
Sopan tidur, sumbang perpedem.
A manner during a sleep,
Orang Karo dulu tidur di rumah adat atau Siwalu Jabu.
in the last time the Karonis people always sleep in the rumah adat or Siwalu Jabu.
Kaki jangan diletakkan di kepala orang lain ketika tidur.
Not placing your feet in the head of the person during the sleep.
Remaja laki-laki harus tidur di pondok remaja atau jambur.
Boys must be sleep in jambur or in the pondok remaja.
Perempuan berkumpul di jabu atau bagian rumah adat.
Meanwhile, the girl must be gathered in jabu or in the ethnic house.
Ada dua jurisprudensi yang merombak tatanan hukum adat Karo, terutama warisnya.
There is the two jurisprudential in order to determine and regulate about the Karonis
Yang
customary law.
pertama, putusan Mahkamah Agung nomor 179 SIP 1961.
A decree of the Supreme Law number 179 SIP in the year of the 1961.
Menurut hukum waris adat Karo, laki-lakilah yang menjadi ahli waris.
In the perspective of the customary law of Karonis, the man is the person who have the ingenerate.
Sedangkan anak perempuan hanya diberi hak pakai,
And also the girl or the woman is only giving the right to use the property.
itu pun berdasarkan lembaga adat yang disebut kekelengan.
And also this proportion is delivered based on the kekelengan value.
Kalau di Batak Toba, lembaga Holongate.
In the Tobanese culture, we recognize this as the lembaga Keleng Ate.
Jadi setelah 23 Oktober 1961,
After the Supreme Court of the 1961,
waris anak laki-laki sama dengan perempuan di masyarakat Karo.
there is the equal right between men and women into the legacy of their property.
Pandangan pejoratif ini karena beberapa indikasi.
This pejorative perspectives is coming from the several indications.
Adanya tukur atau emas atau sinamot, bukti perempuan dijual kepada pihak laki-laki.
There is a compensation in the form of tukur or a gold as the proof that the woman is already given to the men.
Adat lakoman atau levirat.
Value of the Lakoman culture or levirat.
Bagi seorang janda,
For a widow,
diwajibkan atau dianjurkan kawin dengan saudara suaminya.
is suggested to marriage again with the siblings of their former husband
Atau sepupu suaminya,
or the cousins of their husband
atau yang semarga dengan suaminya.
or with the similar surname with the husband.
Dikenal istilah naki-naki, perempuan adalah makhluk tipuan.
There is the terms of the naki-naki when women is recognized as the person with multiple figure.
Yang kedua adalah putusan Mahkamah Agung nomor 100 K/SIP 1967 14 Juni 1968.
There is this decree of the Supreme Court number 100 K/SIP in 1967.
Di sini janda menjadi ahli waris dari suaminya yang sebelumnya tidak.
In this particular decree, it regulates about the legacy of the widow to own the property of the husband.
Masyarakat adat Karo ini terkenal pendendam atau pemarah.
The Karonis people is recognized as the anger or emotional person.
Ada istilah Karo, gelarna ate kulang. Caranya itu yang tidak kusetujui.
There is the terminology in the Karonis people, gelarna ate kulang means that I don't like the way they treat me.
Ada matawaripe la ateku bas iya. Satu matahari pun aku tidak ingin dengan dia. Tiada maaf untukmu.
There is no room for giving the apologize for them.
Nah, hari ini terdapat pergeseran adat akibat modernisasi.
So currently there is the several changes of the customary law regarding to the modernization.
Kalau di Karo, Kalimbubu, di Toba, Hula-Hula, di Mandailing dan Angkola, Mora, di Simalungun, Tondong.
In the perspective of the ethnicity in North Sumatra, there is the Kalimbubu in Karo, Hula-Hula in Toba, Mora in Mandailing, and Tondong in Simalungun.
Sembuya Senina di Karo, Dongan Sabutuha di Toba, Kahanggi di Mandailing, dan Sanina di Simalungun.
And also to describe Sembuyak or Senina in Karo, Dongan Sabutuha in Toba, Kahanggi in Mandailing, and Samina in Simalungun.
Anak beru atau boru.
Anak beru in Karo and Boru in Toba.
Nah, peran anak beru dalam pelayanan konsumsi, masak, dan lain-lain sudah digantikan ke juru masak bayaran.
The role of the anak beru in preparing the consumptions of meal and cooking the food is already replaced by the chef.
Sehingga sudah mulai hilang apa istilah serayaan. Jadi di dalam serayaan itu mudah-mudi bisa berjodoh.
And it also give the changes to these rituals where the segmentations of the serayaan is also replaced.
Hak Kalimbubu dalam struktur Dalikan Sitelu,
The right of the Kalimbubu in the structure of the Dalihan Sitelu
berhak mendapat segala kehormatan dari anak berunya.
Kalimbubu deserves to get the pride and respect from the anak beru as their priority.
Dapat memaksakan kehendaknya kepada pihak anak berunya.
And they can force their idea to anak beru.
Sedangkan tugas anak beru
Meanwhile, the role of the anak beru
mengatur jalannya pembicaraan runggu atau musyawarah adat.
to navigate the agenda of the rungu and during the rituals.
Menyiapkan hidangan pada pesta,
Preparing the consumptions or the meal for the ceremony,
menyiapkan peralatan yang diperlukan pesta,
and also to prepare the devices that consider is needed during the ceremony.
menanggulangi sementara semua biaya pesta.
To cover all the ceremony costs in a temporary way.
mengawasi semua harta milik Kalimbubunya,
to control and to oversight every property of their Kalimbubu,
wajib menjaga dan mengetahui harta benda Kalimbubunya,
and also they are responsible to take care and to know where is the property of the Kalimbubu.
Ia juga berhak menutup rahasia Kalimbubunya,
And they are also responsible to keep the secret of their Kalimbubu,
menjadwal pertemuan keluarga,
to schedule the family meeting,
memberi kabar kepada para kerabat yang lain bila ada pihak Kalimbubunya yang berduka cita,
to give the announcements for the relatives if their Kalimbubu having the sad news,
memberi pesan kepada puang Kalimbubunya agar membawa ose atau pakaian adat bagi Kalimbubunya,
to deliver the message for the Puang Kalimbubu to bring the ose or the cultural uniform for the Kalimbubu,
menjadi juru damai bagi pihak Kalimbubunya,
and also as the mitigator or the peace creator for the Kalimbubu.
Rakut Sitelu dan masalah perdata.
Rakut Sitelu and the civil issues.
Menurut Kansil,
According to the council,
hukum perdata itu rangkaian peraturan-peraturan hukum yang mengatur hubungan antara orang yang satu dengan orang yang lain.
civil law is a series of the law regulations to regulate the relationship between the persons, each other, and they prioritize about the individual interests.
Misalnya warisan, utang piutang, wan prestasi.
Such as the heritage, a loan, and one prestation, one achievement or commitment, etc.
Bagi masyarakat adat Karo misalnya, akibat hukum Babablo Selambar yang dibatalkan oleh calon suami atau calon istri.
In the perspective of the customary law of Karo people, there is a law as the consequences of the cancellations of the Mabablo Selambar that already conducted by the husband or a wife.
Biasanya proses pembatalan itu dari pihak laki-laki ke wali untuk disampaikan ke pihak keluarga perempuan dan sebaliknya.
The process of cancellations from the male groups or from the men is delivered to the mediator, and then they will be announced to the women's family or women's party. And the cancellations from the women's party will be delivered to the mediator and also to deliver for the men's party as well.
Jika laki-laki yang membatalkan, biasanya mendapatkan sanksi sosial dari masyarakat.
So for the men who cancel the Mabablo Selambar, there is the social sanction from the society by not giving the chance and opportunity for that particular man to be accepted as the husband of their daughter.
Masyarakat tidak mau lagi mengambil laki-laki tersebut sebagai mantunya.
And the society will not recognize this particular man.
Tapi jika perempuan yang membatalkan,
but if the women cancel the Mabablo Selambar,
harus mengganti 7 kali lipat.
They have to compensate 7 times higher.
Termasuk makanan, kue-kue, seperti yang pernah dibawa laki-laki ketika acara Mabablo Selambar.
Especially to compensate about the food supply and the cakes that already bring by the men during the ritual of the Mabablo Selambar and Genting Manuk, and also the another immaterial loss.
Yang kedua adalah proses pengangkatan anak pada masyarakat adat Karo.
and also the process of the child adoptions in the Caronese people.
Adopsi adalah kontante handling.
Adoption is the contante handling.
Artinya perbuatan itu harus dilakukan secara terang dan tunai.
This is the particular effort or action that should be conducted in a clear and cash.
Proses adopsi itu harus dilakukan di depan Rakut Sitelu, Kalimbubu, Anak Beru, dan Senina.
And the process of adoptions will be conducted in the front of the Rakut Sitelu values such as the Kalimbubu, Anak Beru, and Senina.
Ada serah terima secara serentak dari orang tua kepada orang tua angkat.
There is the handling of between the original parents to the adopted parents.
Kalau itu sudah dilakukan,
If the adoption is conducted,
maka anak adopsi tadi berhak menjadi ahli waris.
so the adopted child is also have the similar right as the person to get the legacy of the heritage.
Jadi dapat disimpulkan bahwa penyelesaian sengketa adat di dalam masyarakat adat Karo ada 3.
There is the 3 ways to solve the dispute about the heritage in the customary law of Karo people.
Penyelesaian sengketa melalui runggun,
A dispute resolutions through the Runggun,
penyelesaian sengketa melalui perumah begu,
a dispute resolutions through the Perumah Begu,
penyelesaian sengketa melalui pengadilan negeri.
a dispute resolutions through the court.
Yes. So with that, we will go ahead and take some time for question. Now I return to Ms. Nisa.
Thank you, Prof. Rosnida, for the wonderful presentation. As we know that Karo, we have to know about the language in Karo. So many terms in Karonese. So our speaker has been presented about the history Haraku Sitelu. It's a very, very detailed and alternative dispute. There are some aspects that speaker presented in story Rakut Sitelu. Alternative dispute when we call the perumah begu and jurisprudence about customary law, especially in Karo. So this is the session for the question answer. We have a one question from the chat box. Miss Prof. Dr. Resnida Sembiring SHM. The question from Julis Tianingrum, Universitas Pancasila, University of Pancasila. Question is tadi Prof explain about the land in Karo, tentang tanah di Karo. I want to ask, apabila Ibu Julistia Ningrum bertanya, apabila terjadi sengketa tanah waris, menurut Prof nih, bagaimana cara penyelesaian menurut hukum adat Karo? Apakah lebih efektif menggunakan runggun atau menggunakan perumah begu atau menggunakan mediasi? Terima kasih. Good morning, Prof. The professor has been explained about the land in Karo. I would like to ask if there is a dispute over the land in a Karo, how to resolve according to Karo customary law of Karo? Is it more effective to use runggun or use a perumah begu or use a mediation? Thank you, Prof.
Baik, terima kasih kepada Julisa dari Universitas Pancasila. Ana Asu dari Ibu Dr. Kunti dan Ibu Dr. Ning Adiasih ya. Mengenai sengketa tanah waris bagi masyarakat adat Karo, sebaiknya diselesaikan menurut acara kekeluargaan.
So in the concept of the dispute resolution, it is better to solve and mitigate this problem through the family approach.
Nah, kalau di dalam kekeluargaan itu sudah mendapat jalan damai,
So in the family approach, that finally we can find a way to resolve the case.
secara musyawarah mufakat, maka selesailah win-win solution.
And we expect that it will give the win-win solution for both conflicted parties.
Tapi masalahnya kalau di tingkat keluarga tidak selesai, masuk ke runggun, tidak selesai juga, baru masuk ke rumah begu.
So if the family cannot solve this and also Rungun cannot give the solution, so we can proceed this dispute to the Rungun stage.
Sedangkan secara mediasi,
But in the process of the mediation,
ada yang dilakukan di luar pengadilan,
there is the process that already conducted outside the court
tapi juga di dalam pengadilan.
and also within and inside the court.
Karena menurut menurut Perma nomor 1 tahun 2016,
According to the regulations of the Supreme Court number 1 in 2016,
seluruh gugatan perdata
all the sure
sebelum diselesaikan
before resolve
harus melakukan mediasi terlebih dahulu.
should be mitigated through the mediations.
Tapi mediasi di dalam ranah pengadilan
But mediation in the perspective of the court
tidak lagi melibatkan rakut sitelu.
is not involved the Rakut Sitelo any longer.
Demikian, Julisa.
That's all that I can explain to you, Julissa.
Thank you, Prof, for the great answer for Miss Julistia Ningrum. Your explanation is very detailed. Thank you. So there one question from Miss Bayuvita. She said that it is very difficult to understand customary civil law in a short time. Does this Rakut Sitelu only apply to the Karo adat environment? But what about there are other parties outside the Karo community who are on the parties in one the civil dispute in Karo region. Jadi pertanyaannya dari Ibu Bayu Vita, ini sangat rumit untuk memahami hukum adat perdata dalam waktu yang singkat. Jadi kita harus memahaminya dalam waktu yang panjang ya Pak. Nah, apakah Rakut Sitelu hanya diaplikasi di dalam masyarakat adat Karo? Jika iya, apakah ada pihak-pihak lain di luar adat Karo, salah satu misalnya dari orang luar yang merupakan dalam dispute dalam dalam sengketa tersebut di dalam Karo gitu. Apakah Rakut Sitelu itu dapat hanya diaplikasikan di adat Karo, bisa di luar masyarakat Karo tidak Rakut Sitelu itu, Prof?
Baik, terima kasih Ibu Bayu Vita. Benar, memahami hukum perdata dalam waktu yang singkat kayaknya kurang ya Bu ya.
Yes, thank you for Ibu Bayu Vita for the question, and I agree that understanding the customary civil law in the short term is less significant.
Mengenai Rakut Sitelu itu hampir sama konsepnya.
So in understanding the Rakut Sitelu is almost similar with another concept.
Dengan Natolunya orang Batak.
Dalihan Natolu as the concept of the customary law of Bataknis people.
Hula-hula, anak boru, dongat tubuh.
consists of Hula Hula, Anak Boru, and Dongan Tobu.
Di Mandailing
In Mandailing,
ada Mora, Kaha, Anggi.
there is the Mora, Kaha, and Anggi.
Mungkin istilahnya aja yang berbeda, tapi konsepnya hampir sama.
It is only the differences in the terminology, but the concept and the meaning is almost similar.
Jadi lembaga adat ini
So these customary law institutions
tidak hanya menyelesaikan masalah-masalah yang berbau sengketa,
is not only solve the problem that related with the dispute,
tetapi juga masalah tata cara, upacara, adat yang akan dilakukan.
but also to regulate and to prepare about the ceremony and ritual.
Jadi ketika menerima pinangan,
In the process of the engagement,
menentukan hari H perkawinan,
to determine the date of the marriage,
pelaksanaan perkawinan itu sendiri,
and also the actualizations of the marriage ceremony,
jadi pihak Rakusitelu ini berperan.
Rakut Sitelu takes a very important role.
Begitu Ibu Bayu Fitra, terima kasih.
That's all that I can explain to you, Ibu Bayu Vita.
Okay, thank you, Prof, for the answer. For the specification Rakut Sitelu, that's only applied to the Karo of the environment. For Miss Bayu Vita, is acceptable for the answer?
Kedengeran nggak ya? Saya
Okay,
coba.
clear.
Audible.
Terima kasih sebenarnya sebelumnya Bu untuk pencerahannya. Yang ingin saya tahu kalau misalnya ada dispute dan ternyata yang terkait itu adalah pihak dari luar Karo atau pokoknya bukan istilahnya bukan orang Sumatera Utara lah misalnya gitu. Itu seperti apa? Apakah Rakut Sitelu ini juga berlaku untuk pihak yang terkait tersebut? Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you for the question, Professor. I would like to clarify my question. If there is the person or the foreign actor that already involved into dispute, so what we should conduct and what we should apply into the particular person in the perspective of the Rakut Sitelu as the customary civil law.
Baik, terima kasih Ibu Bayu Vita. Jadi kalau dispute-nya menyangkut pihak luar yang bukan Karo,
If there is the foreigner persons or the person outside the Karonis people who involved into particular dispute,
tapi apakah pihak luarnya itu memang kawin dengan orang Karo?
so the first indicator is, has this particular person already married with the Karonis people or not?
Atau pihak luar itu berada di tanah Karo?
Or this particular person is located and living in the Karonis land?
Alangkah baiknya dispute itu memang diselesaikan oleh Rakut Sitelu.
So according to these indicators, so it is much better to solve the problem through the Rakut Sitelu system.
Karena kan kita menghindari dispute itu diselesaikan di ranah litigasi.
Because we believe that it is much better to avoid the litigation problem in order to solve this particular dispute.
Yang memerlukan biaya besar,
Because if we proceed this into the litigation, it will take much cost,
waktu yang panjang,
takes a long time,
dan hasil putusannya juga win-loss.
and also most of the verdict and decision is the win-loss.
Sedangkan alternatif dispute resolution melalui Rakut Sitelu
Meanwhile, when we choose the alternative dispute resolutions through the Rakut Sitelu,
putusannya bersifat win-win solution.
the decision making should be based on the win-win solutions.
sesuai dengan rasa keadilan masing-masing yang bersengketa.
according to the principle of justice that each people already believe.
Demikian Ibu Bayu Vita.
There is that I can say to you, Ibu Bayu Pita, hope we can answer your questions.
Ya, terima kasih, Prof.
Thank you very much, Professor.
Ya.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Prof. I will to remind to all the participants, I give one formations for the all participants. We will send the invitation letter for the participant in your email. Invitation letter is a form letter of acceptance to the host university who as a for the permit your study to permit your study. We will send to your invitation later in each email in your email. So just wait, but we send soon your invitation later. This is the additional information for us. So is there any question? We need one or two questions from our participants. So I would like to ask Professor, how development our customary law in national legal system. Bagaimana perkembangan hukum adat di dalam hukum nasional kita, Prof?
Baik. Super sekali, Nisa.
Okay,
Perkembangan hukum adat. Oh ya,
thank you for the question, Ibu Nisa.
Bagaimana perkembangan hukum adat di dalam perkembangan hukum nasional?
So how far the development of the customary law in the perspective of our national law?
Kalau kita memfootnote pendapat Fulheyes,
If we take a footnote from the opinion of the Fulheyes,
hukum yang efektif itu ketika diambil dari jiwa masyarakat penggunanya sendiri.
an effective law should be taken from the desire and the aspirations from the people itself.
Nah, jiwa hukum dari masyarakat Indonesia itu adalah hukum adat.
And the soul and characteristic of the law that our Indonesian people believe is the customary law,
Misalnya Undang-Undang Pokok Agraria.
such as the law of the land.
Dari tahun 1960 sampai hari ini masih sesuai.
Since the 1960 until now is still the same and appropriate.
Karena masih menggunakan logika agraria.
Because we still use the same logic of land ownerships.
Tetapi hukum adat itu sekarang juga sudah bergeser.
But we have to acknowledge that the customary law is already changed.
Harus sesuai dengan era modernisasi zaman globalisasi hari ini.
And we believe that the customary civil law should adopt and following the idea of the modernizations nowadays.
Contohnya,
Example,
ya hukum waris adat Karo tadi.
like the heritage in the customary law of Karo people.
Kita sudah melakukan penelitian di Tanah Karo terkait hukum waris.
We already conduct the research regarding to the system of the heritage in the customary law.
Semua orang tua di Tanah Karo
Every parents in the Karo people
tidak setuju kalau anak perempuannya bukan ahli waris.
disagree if their daughter cannot get the legacy regarding to the property.
Karena anak perempuan dan laki-laki itu terlahir dari rahim yang sama.
Because they believe that the men and women is coming from the same mother.
Dan secara sosiologis,
According to the sociology context,
anak perempuanlah yang paling mengurusi orang tuanya.
the doctor or the women is considered as the person who take care the most about their parents.
Jadi adil kan kalau anak perempuan juga seharusnya mendapatkan bagian dari warisan.
So they consider that it will deliver the sense of justice if we give the opportunity for women to access the right of inheritance.
Tapi itu pun kalau kasusnya masuk ke pengadilan.
But this consideration is only applied if we proceed this particular dispute into the court.
Demikian, Nisa.
That's all that I can explain to you, Ibu Nisa.
Thank you, Prof, for insightful explanation. Your insightful. As we know that many jurisprudence that talking about the customary law, about the marriage, the inheritance law, tentang hukum keluarga, tentang perkawinan, tentang hukum waris, is a specialty in the civil law. So if there are any question, for the information, we will send the invitation letter for the participant, just only the foreign students. This is especially for the foreign student who get the invitation letter. Invitation letter is a form letter acceptance to the host for study from the study permit. So this is especially for the foreign students. If there are any question or idea about the customary law, as we know that the customary law is still happen in local people in Indonesia, in Cambodia, in the Philippines. Every country have a customary law, but we have a specialty in the Karo. In the Karo, the position is a Karo in the center of the North Sumatra. This is 1 hour for our university to get the in Karo. So is there any questions for the customary law, especially about the civil law? As we know that civil law included the family law, marriage, inheritance law, marriage law. So you can ask about the land rights. As we know that the land right from the local people is very different. Okay. Don't forget to fill out your attendance. I will send the link attendance. Don't forget. Okay. Thank you. If there's no questions, if you didn't get any question for the customary law, you can send the email our professor.
Ya.
Okay, I will submit the email in our chat box. You can just send email our professor. If you have any question about civil law, customary law, you can send email in bahasa and in bahasa Indonesia and English ya, Prof. Okay. We will help you soon. Don't worry about the video or recording. Our recording will be submit our YouTube. Don't worry. We will send in our WhatsApp group. Send the link of YouTube after the summer course. We can see the record in our YouTube. If you have any questions, if you didn't get a question for now, but later you have any questions, so you can send the email onia.usu@yahoo.com. Okay, thank you for participating. For those who still hasn't confirmed your attendance, fill out this link in the chat box. Thank you. Before we all say our goodbye, I will request you everyone to open your camera so we can take a group photo. Okay, please open your camera. I will wait the open camera. We will take some group photo. Okay, to all the participants. Can you turn on the camera? Okay. I will be waiting 1 minute to ready for the take a photo. Okay. I just remind to all the participants, please on your camera, turn on your camera. We will go take a photo. Okay. Okay, thank you. I will take 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next slide. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you for participating to all participants. But don't forget, on Monday, we will have a session on Monday to 22, 25 July at 9 till 11 a.m. with the topic the implementation of Rakut Sitalu and more some issue in the Karo. With our distinguished speaker, Miss Dr. Maria Kabam for our lecturer at University of North Sumatra. Thank you again joining us today. On behalf of the Faculty of Law, USU, thank you for sharing your valuable time with us and for participating in this event. I will say stay safe, stay healthy, have a nice day today. Thank you. I'm going to sign off. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Bisa. Thank you.